guys, what's up? Or I should start this by saying, hey, yo, Chico. Rest in peace to Razor Ramon, aka the bad guy, aka also known as Scott Hall. Definitely, it's my childhood, man. It just like I don't know how to explain it. I think I'm out of focus here, but it doesn't matter. If you're watching on YouTube, I apologize. But if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anything like that, um, hello. I mean, I still look good. Actually, I don't look good. I look like I don't look good at all. I'm drinking I'm eating melatonin at night, like the little gummies, so I can sleep better. Man, but when I wake up, oh, dude, it just puffs my eyes up. I get good sleep, but it's just like I'm just puffy and I can't shake it, and my eyes are already crap. And like in general, like I just look bad in general. Um, but it's right. It's okay. I'm getting to sleep. Um, when you get my age, it's like you gotta pick and choose your battles. Like, do you want sleep or do you want to look good? By the way, speaking of sleep, it means daylight savings. So spring forward, an hour ahead. I don't get why people complain. Like you knew this was coming. Like people tell you, the internet tells you. You go to Google, look up daylight saving. Like you've known that it's coming, and you've a chance to prepare yourself. But it's just an hour, and you're gonna get it back in September or whatever. Like it's not like it's like gone. You're gonna get it back. It'll come right back. Don't you worry about it. I never got that. Oh, my sleep schedule. Oh, it's off. Oh, I lost an hour of sleep. Shut up. Most of you guys, um, most of you guys don't even have like good. Most people don't even have good sleep schedules. Let's be honest. And a lot of people can function off 5 hours of sleep. So I'm one of them. Like I said, you pick your battles. You want to look good, or whatever. Anyways, I got off track there. Rest in peace to Razor Ramon. We'll talk about him here in a second. There's a lot going on in the sports world right now. That I still want to talk about. I want to talk about Tom Brady, obviously. Tom Brady decided after, 44 days, and it wasn't that long, that he was going to unretire and come back and play football again for, what is this, 23rd season, I think. he'll be 45, I believe. Crazy to think, 45 years old and he's still slaying. By the way, I said it when they played the Rams, and the Rams are lucky, but when they played the Rams, and I was watching Tom Brady throw the ball, I was like, no, this guy still has an arm. At 44 years old, he still has an arm the way he does, and still has a presence, and still has kind of a. I mean, obviously, he doesn't have never really had the legs under him. Actually, you'd think he's rushed more this year than he has ever. This last season, using his legs. And I'm just sitting there watching him, and I was like, dude, this guy can still throw the ball. When he threw that bomb to Mike Evans, against when he smoked Jalen Ramsey down the sideline. But let's backtrack a little bit, just a tiny bit, and let's talk about Cristiano Ronaldo. Why are we bringing up Cristiano Ronaldo? CR7, Ronnie, the GOAT. Why are we bringing him up? Well, this is the reason why we're bringing him up. Over the weekend, Cristiano Ronaldo, Manchester United, played, who did they play? Tottenham. Tough game against Tottenham. Important game to win. They needed the 3 points. They ended up winning 3-2. Cristiano Ronaldo, at 37 years old, has literally played professional football, soccer, for those of you. Has played professional football, more than half his life. At 37 years old, he's played professionally more than half his life. And so he's had about 19, maybe 20 years of professional being a professional footballer under his belt. That's a lot of miles. And for him to be playing at the level he's playing at and to do the things he's been doing at that age in the Premier League, nonetheless, one of the toughest leagues in the world, is remarkable. I mean, just short of remarkable. And this weekend, to me, proved why he's the best player that ever played. And the numbers back it up. And I'm not saying that because, obviously, I have the jersey on. Big Cristiano Ronaldo fan. Manchester United fan. The numbers back it up. Ballon d'Ors, which are the MVPs of European soccer. The Champions League. The Golden Boots. And not to mention, he is now recognized by FIFA as the what do you call it? Having the most goals ever by anybody ever. By anybody ever. Having the most goals ever by anybody. 800. So this weekend, I think he tied the record, broke the record, and then extended it by more all in one game. Scored a hat trick this weekend. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching this game. And Cristiano Ronaldo gets the ball, goes deep, not into the goal, but away from the goal, and gets the ball. Gets flicked on to by Fred. No one picks him up. People are just watching him, and he just launches one from 25 yards out. Boom. Top corner, top bins, as they like to say in England. Top bins, and Brady, just beautiful, just smashes it. Ugo Lloris, World Cup winner, couldn't get to it. Just a beautiful. And I'm just sitting there yelling, screaming. I'm like, yes, man, CR7. I'm doing that in the living room. Almost breaking my ACL and tearing my butt and losing another toe. It's just beautiful, beautiful to watch. Those goals are just beautiful. And then Tottenham score. What did they score? A penalty? Yeah, a penalty, I think. And then they score a penalty. And Ronaldo's running on this one. We get a counter. Matic puts it over to Jadon Sancho. And Ronaldo just sprinting. I mean, just outrunning everybody. Sancho sees him, picks him out. Boom, easy tap and goal. Be up 2-1. The fact, I mean, just watching this. And I'm saying this because I don't know if I said this. I started getting into it. I'll tell you after this. After I tell the whole Ronaldo thing. I kind of fucked in my storytelling by just questioning myself. And then second half comes by, blah, blah, blah. Tottenham go through. Harry Maguire scores an own goal. Now it's 2-2. And so now it's 2-2. I'm just like, we're getting another draw. We're getting another point. We don't need this. We need 3 points. We need to win this game. And by the way, Manchester United get a corner. Manchester United have only scored once out of 151 times from a corner all season in the Premier League. That shouldn't happen with the tall fuckers we have on our team. Varane, Maguire. Maguire is the only one who scored at that point. We have Ronaldo. A lot of tall individuals. A lot of guys, Matic, McTominay. A lot of guys who should be able to get their head on the ball. I say that by saying, get a corner. And just the beautiful elegance of flight CR7. Just jumping, getting clipped, and boom. Just heading that ball in. Just elegant. Just everything about it. His beautiful hair, his smile. Actually, everything about that goal was beautiful. Oh, just tingly. You feel tingly inside. And I'm just sitting there like, oh, yes. Oh, just orgasmic, As the old, what's his name here? What's his name? The guy from BN Sports. Oh, my God, I need to know his name. magnificent, orgasmic La Pulga when he used to do a good job of commentating La Liga games, especially when Messi scores. Oh shit, it's gonna bother me. But anyways, there's something beautiful about it, and you sit there, ends up scoring the winner, 3-2, end up winning the game. Ronaldo doesn't play the whole 90 minutes, but when he plays, he gives it his all. He's still running up and down the field, sprint. And I'm not running; I'm talking about sprinting up and down the field, and that's a testament to how well he's taking care of his body, how well he trains, how serious he takes his training, overall drive, just a lot of hard work. I kind of equal to Floyd Mayweather. I think Floyd Mayweather gets a lot of flack. Obviously, I mean, he's one of the best boxers. I'll get into that. Some different boxers. I won't say fighters. MMA guys are fighters. Boxers are boxers. Boxing is a discipline of fighting, of MMA. That's a different story. I'm sure I've told this before. We'll get into that next time. But Floyd Mayweather, given his extravagance, his demeanor, he works hard. The guy puts in the work. Let's be honest. The guy put in the work to be 51-0 or whatever he is, 50-0, to make the money he's made. He's put in the work. So, that's why he was able to do what he did. And that's why Cristiano Ronaldo was able to do what he did. He puts in the work, takes care of his body, takes care of his family, takes care of his head, his mental, his chickens, as Marshall Lynch would say. That's a testament as to why he's been able to do what he's been able to do at such a high level in these high-level leagues, in these aggressive leagues, and win everywhere he's gone. I tell you that. I tell you this beautiful story of Cristiano Ronaldo scoring a hat trick over the weekend at 37 years old. By the way, I mean, it almost looked easy for him, which is pretty crazy to think. As a team, we didn't look that great, but it looked easy for Cristiano Ronaldo to score those 3 goals. But I tell you this because why? What does it have to do with Tom Brady? Well, Tom Brady was in attendance the Manchester United versus Tottenham game. Why was Tom Brady in attendance? Well, obviously, the Glazers, who own the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, also own the Manchester United Football Club. So there's that. Also, Tom Brady is married to a Brazilian chick, Giselle. How's her name? Giselle. Brazilian. So he knows football, soccer. He knows football. He knows all the footballs. So he knows about it. And I'm sitting, and I'm sure he's sitting there just watching Cristiano Ronaldo just glide to the field, glide through the field, score this hat trick, and still doing it at a high level. And I'm sure Tom Brady's just sitting there, just thinking, "Damn, I can do this too. I should be able to do it." And that I'm more than certain that this is what flipped Tom Brady's mind. That's the flip. It wasn't, hanging out with his kids, being an actual dad. By the way, it's an off season, so it's not like this is kind of what he does around this time, anyways. He's a dad, So people are sitting there. I like people coming out here. Oh, he spent like 2 weeks with his kids. No, this is an odd. He does this anyways. Around this time, this is what he does. He's a dad around this time, anyways. So it wasn't that, but I'm sure he sat there and watched Cristiano Ronaldo, and they talked after the game. There's a video of them talking. And you can see people are sharp, Cristiano Ronaldo asking. You can't even hear it in the audio, but you can see he says, "Are you done? Like for real done?" And Tom Brady gives that face like, I don't, and I'm sure that conversation kind of clicked comes back to the States probably Monday and says, "I'm coming back." Um, that's this is where we're at. Tom Brady is returning to the NFL on year 23. And I mean, I thought NFL was going to look very different next year. It's not going to look as different. It's still going to be different. A lot of moves happening right now. Mitchell Trubisky to the Steelers. Watson cleared of all charges. Possibly, possible destinations are Carolina, and now it seems like Atlanta's one of those teams. Also, the New Orleans Saints. Garoppolo still has somewhere to go. What else? Carson Wentz to the Commanders. Russell Wilson to the Denver Broncos, as I talked about last time. There's still a lot of moving pieces that's still going to have to happen. It's still happening. We're still fresh. I don't think we're technically still in the free agency, which I think starts tomorrow. But all these moves are happening, and then everything goes into play tomorrow, I believe, which is Wednesday. I'm recording this on a Tuesday. I say a lot, and I have 90 episodes in, episode 90, and I've been trying to fix this in episode 1, and I can't. I just can't fix it. I need to talk to a speech therapist. I don't know. It doesn't matter. As I follow it up with it. Now I'm going to try. It just, and it's not working. Where was it? Oh, a lot of moves. A lot of moves today, especially, and I can't even keep up. Denver Broncos side Randy Gregory from, I think that's his name, from the Cowboys, signed DJ Jones from the Niners. So they are making a lot of moves on defense right now. Still need an inside linebacker. Hopefully we can make a move for Bobby Wagner. That's just the Denver. I'm just talking about Denver in general. A lot of other moves being made by the Bills. They're trying to get help there to get out of the first round of the AFC playoff. Get out more than one round of the AFC playoffs. They have who else? Miami making a move, and I forgot who they made a move for. They signed Teddy Bridgewater on. I'm trying to think of all these moves that are popping off right now. Without looking at my computer. Let me see here. Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater signed as a backup to Miami to Tua. Whitworth retires. Good for him. Rodgers. We got Aaron Rodgers thing. Devonta Adams did say he didn't want to play under the franchise tag, which could cause issues, some rifts, if you will, because I don't think they're going to be able to get what's the other receiver? It wasn't Lazard. It was the other one. Shit, I don't remember. It's ridiculous how much I say Now it's embedded into my head how much I say it. I cannot believe it. I'm going to watch this next episode. You guys follow me, Sports Plus Life, Instagram and Twitter, MRAKACO, Instagram and Twitter, Sports Plus Life, YouTube.com/Sports Plus Life, and Sports Plus Life on TikTok. Follow me. I'm fixing this. Okay. If you guys are out there listening, help me how to fix this. I'm going to YouTube it because there's a way to do it. I know there is. Maybe it's a psychology thing. Maybe I'm not speaking well. Maybe it's a lot of things. Maybe there's something wrong with my teeth. I feel like a loose one like back here. Who knows what it is? There's a lot going on. Oh, Kyle Van Noy is out there still. Let's see. There is Tyrann Mathieu still hasn't signed with the Chiefs. The Chiefs did sign a safety. I don't remember who it was, but so that could mean Matthew's on his way out. could mean there's no more Tyrann Mathieu, Honey Badger, in Kansas City. There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot to keep up here. And it's going to be... There's a lot. There's a lot here. There's still a lot more to come. And we'll follow it. We'll try to follow as much as possible. As of right now, though, the main thing is Tom Brady is back, which a lot of people love. A lot of people hate. It just is what it is. It's how it's going to be. If the guy can still slang the football, he realized it this week in watching beautiful Cristiano Ronaldo, CR7, perform at the highest level 18 years in, 19 years in as a professional footballer. Tom Brady can still do it at 45 years old. And not to mention, I mean, we're talking about, Cristiano Ronaldo. LeBron James dropped 50 points the other day at 37 years old. Right? 37, I believe he is. 37. Same thing with him. He's been playing more than half his life as a professional basketball player, right? Was it season 19, 20? Right? I think so. Season 19, 20. And he's still, he's playing with the Lakers, who are, by the way, let's talk about that. I mean, we need to talk about the Lakers. It's just a bad team. And I said this. I'm pretty sure if I go way back and actually pulled up, I think I busted out a podcast, an audio podcast only, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all that. I came on here back in September, October, whatever. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm going to find it. And I said this whole thing between Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, DeAndre Jordan, who is actually not there anymore, who is, I think, with the Sixers now. This whole mess here is not going to work out, and it hasn't worked out. It just hasn't. Russell Westbrook is not meant for team basketball. And Russell Westbrook's best years were with the Thunder, which, by the way, those Thunder teams had Westbrook, Harden, Kevin Durant, Ibaka. Good teams that took them to the finals. I think they ended up losing to the Heat, LeBron James and the Heat, in the finals. It just never was going to work out. That whole thing. These guys are old, and I think even if you sat there and you said, yeah, this is a super team. This wasn't 2011, 12, 13, 14. It's not a super team. There's nothing super about these guys. Even LeBron James, I give him a lot of shit. A lot of shit here in the Sports Website podcast. A lot of shit in general. I'm not a big LeBron James guy. I don't think he's I don't think he's a GOAT. I don't think he's better than Kobe. I don't think he's better than Michael. Maybe number 3. A lot of people don't think so. But you got to give him credit. He's trying to keep this team afloat by himself. He's trying to do this by himself. Because there's no other option. No one else is helping. Do they make the playoffs? I don't think they do. Because now with basketball, how it is, as the rules, by the way, I've watched a little bit more basketball this year than I have probably in a while. Because they've changed a couple of rules. It's a little bit more manageable to watch for me. It's it's a little bit better. Still not the best. When I sit there and I watch, they're actually, making. I think they're making better calls. I think they're doing better calls referee wise. They're not calling shitty fouls, ticky-tack fouls. They're doing a lot less ticky-tack fouls. So it's a little bit more manageable for me to watch. And I go that say what I was getting at is that now they have the play-in whole play-in thing that they did when last year came around, when the bubble came around. They do the play-in. for the top 17s automatically qualify 8 and 9. Or is it top 16? What is it? I'm trying to do my math here because 8 teams qualify. Is it the top 6 teams qualify and then 7, 8, 9, 10 play for a play-in or something like that? I can't remember what it is. I can look it up, but it doesn't matter. It just, and even if they do make the playoffs, who are they going to end up playing? I think they're going to end up playing like the Jazz or the Suns, the Warriors, where they haven't really fared much. I mean, they don't get very far, even if they get to the playoffs. Yeah. And one thing about the Lakers, too, and I've been meaning to bring this up, is that they're not even apologizing for their shitty gameplay. Like, they're saying, well, we could get booed. I'm not going to take that. What would Westbrook say? I have 2 kids and a wife at home. I'm not going to take it home with me. By the way, as you shouldn't. But one thing you could do in that situation is say, yeah, we're not playing up to par. We're not playing up to Los Angeles Lakers standards, the history of this basketball club. We're not playing up to standards. We apologize. We're trying to get it fixed. There's none of that. There's no accountability. It's, yeah, so I don't care. They could do it. It's a bunch. No accountability. The Lakers, they just aren't this. It's not no accountability, no anything, no nothing as far as their gameplay goes. It's not playing very well. But it is. I mean, I saw this coming, and no one else saw it coming. So, don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know what to tell you guys. It's pretty shitty, but the rest of the NBA. I mean, the West is tough. The West is really very, very tough. Golden State, obviously, they have Clay back. Once they get Green back, that's gonna be a problem. Obviously, the Suns right now we're pretty hot. No Chris Paul. Hopefully, he'll be able to come back. I don't think he's been playing lately because of the hand injury. Especially, Donovan Mitchell and the Jazz are always in contention, play very, very well. And of course, the Denver Nuggets, who are without Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray. I don't know what's going on with Jamal Murray. I think he should have come back by now. Maybe that is feared to be a worse injury than thought to be. I guess, does that make sense? Who knows? What else? How the NBA plays out? Who knows? You just don't know what the NBA. The East is just the East. If anyone's gonna win, it's gonna be from the West. That's just kind of that's how it's supposed to go, right? But I did want to end the podcast here. Again, I just want to talk about that. Quick podcast today, not a long one. But I want to talk about Razor Ramon, a.k.a. Scott Hall, a.k.a. the bad guy. A tough loss yesterday. I mean, it kind of, he had surgery on his hip, I believe it was. I can't remember what it was, hip or shoulder. I think it's hip. Suffered blood clots. Blood clots caused 3 heart attacks, which ultimately put him on life support, and they eventually took him off life support, and he finally passed away. What's today? March 14th. Today's the 15th. He passed away March 14th. Tough, man. It's tough. Like I said, my childhood is. I mean, the guys you've watched getting old. I mean, they're getting older. They're getting up there in age. It sucks. He was 62 years old. It's crazy. right around the same age as my mom's, 64. I mean, you're not guaranteed to live, in your hundreds around it, anywhere, especially in his profession. Professional wrestling takes a hard toll on your body. You take all the painkillers, you take the drugs like he did. It takes time off your life. And but the great thing about Scott Hall and Razor Ramon, however you want to call him, he turned his life around. And a lot of you're able to turn your life around. A lot of you are able to turn your life around for real. And you definitely can. You definitely turn your life around. It shows them in drug addiction, and with the right people in your corner, you could definitely do it. But you also need to do it for yourself. You also need to help yourself. Um, ultimately, it has to be you. And he did it. He proved it. He proved he could do it. He proved you can do it. And he did it. Turned his life around. Got into the Hall of Fame. Made some more wrestling appearances. But he did it. But now he has passed away at the age of 62 years old, which sucks. But as I've said plenty of times, I mean, we got to live our lives. We got to cherish every moment we have on here. Can't be worrying about the small stuff. Can't be worried about the small stuff. And we just got to, we keep pushing, man. Now we're towards the end of a pandemic. Let's start living our lives. Get out more. Start interacting with people. And just being you. Being you ultimately is what's going to end up being. And I want to end this today. I want to end this one the way he said it. He said, "The hard work pays off. Dreams do come true. Bad times don't last, but bad guys